So to type my body paragraph 1, I need to go back and look at my text evidence, look at my graphic organizer. I know that I'm talking about the king and where the king was coming from, that he would need a tutor and that he doesn't already know these things. So I go to my body paragraph and I need a topic sentence. And that topic sentence is going to be about the king. So I have that the king in The Fruit of Hard Work, so I'm naming the title of the article, the story again, had never worked before he met Rondon. Okay, so that's part of where I'm going with this. Now I need to pull in my text evidence here from slide 11, earned, and I know that I'm going to have to go back and forth a number of times to slide 11, find that earned, and I think I want from earned all the way to the end. And so here where it has the quotation marks that show that the king is speaking, I'm going to use a single apostrophe inside of my double quotation marks, showing that I'm copying the whole thing from the article. Okay, so I'm going to type this out and I'll be right back with our recording. Okay, and so here I have it. So when they met in the story, the king says, this is my transition phrase. When they met in the story, the king says, because that's letting me know that I'm pulling the words directly from the story. So my quotations begin, and then he said earned, so there I have the apostrophes. Earned, he replied, and again the apostrophes because the king said these things. Don't you know that kings do not sweat to earn money like regular people? So now I'm going to transition into my analysis. So while I had some other text evidence in my graphic organizer, what I want to do is explain why I included this part. Like, what does this show me? And what this shows me is the king makes it seem like wise people would know kings don't work. He had not learned this lesson yet. And do you know what? I look at this and I say, that's not a good transition phrase. I'm not saying something that indicates to someone else that these are my thoughts, so I need to add a transition phrase in here. This lets the reader know how the king feels about working at the beginning. And then, so now I have that transition phrase. I'm also further going into, like, what is this showing me? It's showing me the king's feelings. The king made it seem like wise people would know that kings don't work. He had not learned this lesson yet. Let me go back to my graphic organizer. Hit two things from slide 12. Let me go to slide 12 and look at that get money that king had never. Okay, wait, the king cried to Rondon, who was already turning away. If you come again tomorrow, I promise you will get money that I have earned by my own labor. The king had never in his life lifted a finger to do any kind of work. I kind of feel like I already said this. I don't need to say this again. But this part up here that the king promised that he would go. So, I promise you will get money that I have earned by my own labor. I'm going to put that into a sentence. So here I have it. In the story, the king then promised Rondon that, so there's my introductory phrase, that transition phrase that lets me know I'm pulling words from the article. You will get money that I have earned by my own labor. This shows readers that he is willing to respect Rondon's wishes. This lets him learn from Ron Dunn and later ask him to teach his sons. So what I'm doing here, after the analysis, and there were multiple sentences to my analysis, my concluding sentence, bringing it back to the fact that he asked him to be his tutor. So this is an example for paragraph 1. I want you to do 2 and 3 on your own, even if you followed along with my graphic organizer for what should go there.